Hey guys. Let's see. Alright, so we're doing something a little bit different today. Let me just send the messenger birds. Alright guys, if you are watching, tune in, say hello, yell at me, call me something nice. We're doing something a little bit different today. I'm a good boy, apparently. Thank you, JJ. So we are doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to do some traditional stuff. I kind of threw this together at the last second. I didn't really have time to set up a tripod or anything. So, here I am with my drawing board, which is also a late board. It's pretty cool. So I can use it to, like, help me redraw stuff that I like. If I like mess up on some watercolor and smudge the ink or something like that, I can throw it on this, turn it on, and trace it onto a new piece of paper and make it all fresh and clean. So it's a pretty cool little light board we got here. But I'm just doing some. I have a couple options for you guys, for whoever might be watching. Oh, you're right. It is upside down. I didn't think about that. Let me see if I can get into the settings of my camera and flip that. How would I do this? Properties. Oh, I didn't even think about this. Huh. Alright, so I have some options for you who are watching. We can either do some Final Fantasy swords, or we can do a character named Elias from a show called Magus Bride, Great Magus Bride, something like that. I'll leave it up to the chat, so the three of you that are watching. JJ says Final Fantasy swords. Alright, whoever else is watching, throw your votes in. Don't even need to hear other opinions, just put mine to the vote. Dakota, what do you think? You want to see... Oh, happy belated, by the way, Dakota. What did you want to see? Would you like to see Final Fantasy swords, or would you rather see Elias? Do the swords, you know, you wanna... I do want to. That means That means trusty, rusty old girl here. Good. Oh, you mean all the types of cake too? Okay. Anybody else want to throw their vote into the bucket? Right now we have 2 for swords. Haha, JJ knows what I was thinking. Alright, so we got 1 for Elias. We have 3 for swords. Okay, so the 4th viewer is me because I'm, viewing my chat, so I pull it up on our browser. No, mine is always in the gutter. Okay, let me get better perspective on this. I guess we're drawing swords. Okay. You believe it's me. Okay. Let me see what we got. I've got a folder for this. Alright, so next vote. What sword I'll be drawing. Okay, so we have Gunblade from Final Fantasy VIII. We have Blaze Fire Saber from Final Fantasy XIII. Or we have, what's it called? Fatherhood. No, I think it's called Fatherhood. It's Noctis' final sword in Final Fantasy 15. So pick 2 of those. Oh, also, I guess I'll throw Warrior of Light in the mix. I should probably get something out and take note. Y'all are crazy. Okay. Some scratch paper. I'll throw the options out on some paper. Y'all are gonna see it all backwards though. Gunblade. Warrior Blade. Fatherhood. And what was the other one? Blaze Fire. Alright, everybody. Vote on 2. So far we've got 1 for Gunblade. Okay, so we got another one for Gunblade and Fatherhood. Alexis, would you like to cast a vote? We're voting on swords right now. What swords I'm gonna draw? She's sewing, so she might not reply. I'll give her like a minute. So if she doesn't reply, I'll just take the votes that I have. Or I can just do both the Gunblades, because Blaze Fire is a Gunblade as well. Alright, so Final Fantasy 15. Alright. Well, I guess those are the ones then. Fatherhood and Gunblade. So those are the 2 we're doing today. So this kind of gives you an idea of how I do everything. If you want to peek into my mind, what I do is I'll sketch it out in a sketchbook, and there's usually a lot of pencil work in here that I go back and erase, and then I just do all my lining in in ink, and if I mess up on my lining, I have these really handy dandy white inkers, which will pretty much, they're like the artistic version of whiteout. I'll go up and clean up any messes, and then I'll trace it using this light board onto my final piece of paper, because this stuff, it's not like super expensive or anything like that, but it's not cheap either. So like a normal pad of it's like $10 for 20 sheets, which isn't bad, but I'm just like crazy man who gets really nervous about wasting supplies and maximizing like my budget, I guess. Here's that's a light sketch of a commission that I'm working on. Alright, there we go. That was the last one I did. Oh, I guess since you guys are on the screen, stream, you guys can see them live if you want. They look way better in person than they were. I guess it doesn't really make a difference because it's still all digital, but they look pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan these and make several copies and sell them at Cyphacon as bookmarks. But I'm gonna I really need to get on to sending my work over to the print shop and getting that all printed off, because the last couple times that I've gone, something's been going wrong with them. Either they have a ton of orders so they can't process mine, or the color printer's broken, and I don't want to do this all last minute and then run out of options and be totally screwed and not have any prints to sell. So I need to be better about that. Probably, what's today, Tuesday? Tomorrow I'll probably head over to the print shop and get some of these started. So I'll probably do the swords, and I'll probably do some of the credence. I do need to finish that, what's it called, Coco one. I kind of thought of something that might be able to fix it. I'm really unhappy with how that one turned out. That was just a really frustrating day. Everything that could have gone wrong was kind of going wrong, and it was going through into my artwork too, so I was getting kind of pissed off, so that's why I kind of cut that one short that day. But just making OnlyFans for extra funds? No. Never ever. Alright, so I just start out with 2 straight lines. I guess I'll start with the gunblade then. That one's gonna be pretty complicated. Looks like you guys want to see how big of a dork I am? So I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. When I got to City of Final Fantasy, it came with these really cool Final Fantasy cards. And I really, like, oh my god, maybe I shouldn't get into this whole other trading card game thing because it's a really, really bad road to go down. But then I bought an entire deck. Oops. Like, what are you doing, Steven? Stop now. I spent my entire Sunday building this deck. And like half of my yesterday building it. I'm like, stop. Trading card games are too expensive to get into. And then I talked myself out of it, and then I talked myself back into it, so. Amy turd. Well, right now, this is just, I've ordered the cards, they're on the way, but right now it's just a proxy. So all of these are like printed cards so I can kind of play around with the idea of having them, and then when they come in I can build the actual deck. But I wouldn't actually like print them out and never play with them because that would be stealing art, and I don't like that. And then like, so like my original idea was like, I'll just like make a proxy deck and see how I like playing this game, and then if I like it, I'll buy my cards. And then by that point I already started on a deck, and whatever, and yeah, I took them over to my print store, and I had them print them out on big sheets of paper, so they actually came out pretty well. So all right, so this is gonna be really hard because there's a certain way that I sit in my chair when I draw. When I'm trying to, like, I don't know, make it on the board. I mean, so you guys can see it. I am a big dork. I am doomed from the start. Final Fantasy is ridiculous. I'm just so obsessed with it. I don't even know how to start this. Okay, this is actually pretty similar to the Gunblade, it looks like. I mean, it is the Gunblade. It's similar to Noctis' sword, as in, like, it's got this really sharp edge right here, and then it just, like, breaks off right here. You guys probably can't see anything. Lord. Well, it doesn't really. Okay, more like this. My handy dandy pencil eraser. It's an eraser. I know it's not like rocket science. I mean, that people, I'm sure you've seen them before, but this is like a game changer. I went through so many of those in school. Like when I was doing charcoal drawings and stuff like that. Instead of, when I first started using charcoal, before I started using white charcoal, I started using erasers and did a lot of my line work and stuff with eraser. So to do some really interesting, like, white hatching, but it was pulling away. But the thing with charcoal is it's really hard to erase. So that's that. I miss charcoal. I do plan on getting back into it because I feel like it's a medium that I've mastered. Because that was pretty much what I exclusively used in school for, like, the longest time. Because that's what we were encouraged to use. Like, we learned how to figure draw with charcoal. Maybe I didn't draw this big enough. I might have to. Okay. Damn. See, the thing that sucks is, like, I get this far, and since I'm not working digitally, I would just normally, like, highlight this and then take it and slide it over, but it doesn't work that way when you're doing when you're doing traditional artwork. So I guess I'll just start on the bottom one instead of erasing all that. Okay, I'm gonna worry less about the details until later. I'm just gonna do like this really rough gesture for now. I'm taking too long with my gestures. I just need to plan. So I told you guys that I would have that mod set up to do music and stuff like that, but like I looked up this mod and I was going over it, and I was reading through the rules, and it's like they can send YouTube links to songs that they want to listen to. I'm like, that's exactly what I don't want to do. Because YouTube throws copyright strikes at me left and right, and I'm kind of sick and tired of, like, I'm not monetizing any of these videos. I don't believe you saw an ad before this video started, and if you do, let me know, because I'm gonna, you know, I don't want to monetize these because that's not what I'm trying to do here right now. I mean, maybe if this becomes, like, successful enough, maybe I'll throw, like, ads on it so I can, you know, make this a little side thing, but I don't, who knows. Anyway, but the thing is like, if you monetize something, I'm not sure if you guys know how this, like, a YouTube thing works, but it'll like go through all the audio of your games, and it will strike you for using someone else's songs. So it's just really frustrating, and that's kind of like I understand it, because here I am, I'm doing this, and I wouldn't want someone to just print off my drawings and use them for free. I'd probably be upset about that. But yeah. Did it again. All the way over here. Let's. Okay, here we go. Move it up. We have this like candle part, and then we got like this stock part. It's a really longer handle than I thought it was. Maybe I'm just drawing it too big. Okay, so let's handle stock. The thing is like even if I don't monetize the videos and play music on it, they'll turn monetization on, and then they'll start making revenue off of my videos. So like, say I had like 1,000 viewers on right now, and I was playing their music, and I wasn't making any money from it, which is, you know, of course, because it's their music, whatever. They would turn on the monetization, and then they would make all the money from it. I'm like, I'm not doing this for that reason. Like, I don't know, it's complicated. Gun blade has this keychain thing going on it. I do intend to do keyblades eventually. I don't, because Kingdom Hearts is awesome. This is actually a pretty simple sword. I'm just really bad at drawing it. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. Okay, so this is like where the blast would come out right here too. I never played Final Fantasy VIII. Like, I played like 20 minutes of it. I'm like, no, this isn't for me. I hate tutorials that waste my time. And they didn't really start getting good at tutorials in games until recently. So I get really frustrated when I play games that have really long tutorials. Final Fantasy IX is the best. I have it, but I never played that one either. I went through this phase where I bought like a ton of games all at the same time. My backlog, yo, it's real. I've probably got like 100 games that I haven't even started yet. Most of those are digital. A lot of those are on Steam. A lot of those are on like my PlayStation Vita, like free games that I got from it. And I went through this thing where I bought all the Final Fantasy games that I didn't play, and that was one of them. And then I never got around to playing it because at the time I was working like 3 jobs and it was crazy. And then here I am and I still haven't got around to it. A tutorial that's really bad is Kingdom Hearts 2. That makes me want to die. So this needs to be longer. Let's draw barrel. Well, the revolver part. Like, I've been wanting to go back and play Kingdom Hearts 2 again. But just that first, like, 3-hour tutorial part, I'm just like, please kill me. The thing that sucks, like, there are things that I don't like about Kingdom Hearts, specifically, like, how long it takes for you to be able to get good combos in. Like, you just have that same 3 combo attack for, like, half the game, and it's so frustrating. Barrel going on there. Alright. I think the idea of a sight on a gun is funny. I mean, on a sword. Because that's what this is a sight. Well, it's an iron sight, but I think it's kind of funny. But yeah, a lot of people really like 9. They said that it was like back to the basics for Final Fantasy. Like the classic job system that everyone grew to love in the first couple. I really want to get into 6. That's another one I haven't played. A lot of the older ones I didn't get into. I didn't come into 5 until like 12 was out. Yeah, I think I'd probably like all the Final Fantasy games if they respected my time a little bit, because like they should have like an option like, have you played Final Fantasy games before? And you say yeah, and then they should just be like, oh, okay, well, you pretty much know how most of it works, and here's the details and the changes that we changed in this game, so go ahead and just familiarize yourself with this little part that could have been like a fraction of the length, you know. Alright, so I just really like it when games respect their players' time, you know. Like, I love deep diving into games and stuff like that, but I'd love to make this barrel longer. I mean, this stock longer, but this drawing would run off the page. Because once again, I should have made the blade like way smaller. I mean, everything's proportional for the most part now, but Did you get the cold front too? We got a really big cold front through, and it's freezing now. For those of you who are watching a previous one, he was talking about how he's ready for summer. I missed you. Oh, it was nice. Yeah, you just send your cold to me and I'll take it. I'll happily take all the cold weather. I miss it. I don't think I would hate summer as much if it wasn't so damn humid here. Yeah, seriously, every time it rains here when it's cold, we get like ice and they cancel everything in town and just everyone like goes into hiding and think it's a hurricane and the whole nine. I don't know what to do with my life. Oh. So this, okay. What am I doing? Okay, this blade comes a lot lower than I was ready for. Okay, so the blade comes about here. All right, so let's. Yeah, I do live in Louisiana. Trust me, my first chance to get out of here, I'm gonna take it. Because it's so damn humid and hot and garbage here. Like, weather-wise. Okay, that just looks like a giant pocket knife now. I don't know, maybe, if he wants to. That was a, you know, a lot more maybe than I meant for it to sound. It'd be a lot harder for me to leave here if you didn't want to come with. So let's not talk about it like that, because it's a complicated thing, okay? No, neither of us plan on staying here, so we don't really know what's gonna happen with that. I know I don't want to stay here. He doesn't want to stay here, so. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Much better. Okay. Yes, we need weather control devices. We need air conditioners for outside. I'm gonna stick my house in a bubble and make it snow. Let me find the symbol on his sword. What? That's not that bad. Oh, you didn't make me grumpy. No, you're fine, Dakota. Okay, so that's that. And then I need to... There we go. Graver? What do you mean? What? Engraving something? Sorry, I was finding reference. I guess is that what this was called? Graver? Oh, it's so complicated in this tiny little area. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see how I'm gonna do this. Does he change out his keychains like in Kingdom Hearts to give like his sword a different appearance? Because that'd kind of be cool. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna do this. like here. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to draw that entire thing, so I'm going to have to do some like some things to it. That's his trademark. Aside from his angst, yeah, he's a sad boy. I mean, if I was dead, I'd be pretty sad too. What? No, I'm kidding. That's what everyone says. Everyone's like, he's dead, he's dead. I'm like, I don't know. Oh, God, this is gonna be crazy to draw with ink. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight ink for this. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to draw this all in black. I'm gonna do this in gray. Kind of looks like kind of reminds me of Okami a little bit. I'm not gonna get crazy with all these weird details here. There's like this weird tribal tattoo thing going on, and I'm like, yeah, no. Hey, Jake. Thanks for stopping by. Being so sweet. Allergies. They suck. Jacob was telling about my ridiculous Final Fantasy card game thing, and they're like, ugh, gross, TCGs, run. But apparently it's taking off and it's getting huge now because IGN's covering it now, so I'm like, hell yeah, justified. You can even ask him. I was on the phone with him on Sunday, building this deck. I'm like, hold on, I'm concentrating, I'm reading. Alright, Steven. I used to play. I dabbled a little bit in Magic the Gathering. I played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh was my thing. I didn't spend $500. I didn't spend $500. It wasn't 500. Yeah, you should talk. Let's talk about this. Can you? No, I spent like $60 on this deck, and like I didn't go out and buy like a bunch of decks and starter packs or anything like that. I bought specific cards to make one deck. So, yes, Jacob, let's talk about this pop. No, pop, don't you justify his pop addiction. I don't think he spent any money on skins in League of Legends, actually. I think he gets that all from in-game currency, from how much he plays. I'm talking $500 for one pop to go to one. That's crazy. But he wants it, and he worked really hard for it, so, you know, I'll give it to him. Do I need to do anything else to the sword? Yeah. Give it an edge up here. I like how you know exactly what pop that he wants. He knows exactly which one that he wants. Yeah, it's DJ Sona. It's a DJ Sona pop. It's like, I think the cheapest I found it was $300, like $250 open, but it was open. And Jake's like, oh, it has to be in the box. Excuse me. All right. We all have our weird collections, okay? I just was kind of like on the edge about starting this whole collectible card game because there's only like one or two people in town that I can play it with, and one person's like, yeah, I'll definitely play it with you. I'll go get some starter decks. And then like the other one, I haven't talked to you since like college. And I mean, we were okay friends, so it wouldn't be that big a deal. I could just like text him and be like, hey, look, I got this deck. I know you play. Let's play. So that'd be that. But I spent so much money on art supplies and video games already that I thought maybe getting back into trading card games was a bad idea. It's not something that I'm gonna like spend $1 jillion on all the time. I just thought it'd be like fun, and I really like the art, and I could use it for that reason too. So there's that. Okay. Oh, did they come in? You're gonna burst out your Yu-Gi-Oh cards and play with you? Maybe I'll build my samurai deck because Blake has been wanting to, on top of playing, what's it called, Final Fantasy cards. He also wants me to. He's like, do you still play Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm like, not anymore. So, and the reason I don't play anymore is because I started sharing my collection with one of my friends, and they got stolen from him, and I kind of feel like he may have sold them instead. He just told me that they got stolen. I don't have proof that happened, but I mean, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I mean, the deck that I used to run is actually relatively inexpensive nowadays. Especially found that website that sells cards super cheap, so I could probably like make a samurai deck again and we could play Jacob. Do you even have your cards anymore, or do you give them away? I feel like I got a haircut. You know, like that feeling after you get a haircut and you're super itchy? I've been feeling like that for like the past 2 days. It's starting to make me a little crazy. Just a bit. Maybe that's why I lost my mind and started playing this TCG. Why do I keep abbreviating it when I'm talking about it? Card game. Jacob, you're nasty. And right. I'm gonna do some Steven Universe art too one of these days, because I really need some Peridot in my life. And the last time I drew Peridot, I wanted to kill myself because it was so bad. I think it's time to give another go. Back off, y'all. He's mine. All right. That's a good idea, Jacob. Oh, that's an amazing... Oh my god, what? How would we make that work? We can make that work. We should make that work. There's no time to do it for Cyphacon, but maybe we could do that next year for Comic-Con. That'd be amazing, Jacob. Ah. If you guys aren't watching, watching the chat, Jacob's like, let's I can cosplay Peridot, you can cosplay Garnet. That would be perfect. Okay, let me get this other thing going. Okay, let's see. Got this weird cross thing going on here. What am I even drawing here? Be my obsession with Gryffindor. I should be good at drawing lines, right? Wrong. Can't tell if that's too big or not. Yeah, it is. Fuck it. I do the wall. Sorry, I'm trying to save y'all from my allergy attack. I turn off my mic. Ugh. Death. Alright, so done. Rough sketch. I guess you can't see it that way. I guess you still can't see it that way. You guys are gonna see it upside down. You're gonna understand what's going on here. Rough sketch. I'll line it now, so. Okay. Go to my multi-liner. I got like a little loot drop of like a bunch of really nice markers. Let me geek out for a second. So I got a bunch of these really nice brush pens, and they are everything. I guess you can't really see it. It's a brush at the tip. It does really beautiful line strokes. But this is for more like, if I were doing that other drawing of Elias from Black Mangus Bride, that would be what I would use that for, because that's more of like a edgy something. Like I don't do like, this is really small. Like if this was bigger, maybe like if it was like the size of this whole drawing board, maybe, ooh, I got some warps in it. I hope it still works. Maybe I would still use this line brush, but when it comes to like fine line drawings and line work, I try not to use it. It's got a really beautiful line though. I know it's kind of like doing this dummy one. I don't know. Well, yeah, it's not a straight line at all. It's kind of cool. It does like a lot of really neat like brush strokes though, and I really like it. It's the best line brush I have is honestly this one. It's amazing. This is art porn right here, art porn. Like you'll have no like poor Jacob has to listen to me do this all the time. I just geek out every time I get new art supplies, and this is my favorite thing in the world. This is like, I love it. It's so amazing. Now I just want to kind of like doodle a little bit with it because it's so satisfying to draw with. So if you hear background noise, my roommate's in the hallway. I think he's on the phone. Y'all don't probably, that's written backwards for y'all, but anyway. But that's by Copic. Copic is my favorite thing ever. They're really like smudge proof. Really good brushes. Now this lining pen that I'm working with now, this is also I'm sorry, I'm gonna go get a new webcam with my next paycheck. I looked at a really nice one that's pretty affordable, and these will turn out better. And I'm probably gonna get like a stand upright, like what's it called, tripod, next time I get paid. But I went and looked at them before I started the stream, which is why I delayed it a little bit, and they are just a little too expensive for me to buy right now. But yeah, this is also Copic. They're my preferred art supplier. I really like Macron too, but these are really nice because it's like this really nice aluminum pen stock. Really good line quality for this as well. It feels just really glides, really smooth. It's really good for line work. So stuff like this is really, really nice. The best thing about this is they're refillable. This little part right here, this comes out, and I could put another one in there. It's awesome. I really like these. They're $10 a pop. They're really, really awesome though. And like the refills, I think are like $2 or $3, which is why they're really nice. But because it's refillable, that's why it was so expensive. And then of course the nib at the top is really nice. Well, you can't see it because it's too blurry, but really smooth nib. These are cool. They come in variety of sizes. This is an 05. This is 0.5. I prefer when it comes to line work to work a little bit smaller than that. This is a 0.1, which is way smaller. So like this was a line that I did with the 5. That's a line that I did with the 1. It's like half the thickness. These are nice too. Make-runs are really cool. They're great. Only thing about that sucks is they run out of ink really quickly, and you have to constantly keep replacing them. They're really inexpensive. They're like $3 or $4, maybe $5 at most. I usually get the variety pack that comes like a bunch of them. I also lately I've been using like colored ones, colored Macrons that do like I have like pink and brown, and it's like doing a line work with the color is actually pretty cool. But yeah, let's see. And then when I want to like correct a mistake or something, I have these white jelly pens, and of course like they're really opaque and they go over. They can erase all my. Just a white pen. Those are by Jelly Roll, also Sakura, which is the creator of who also makes these Macrons. And then we got this here thing. I don't know who made it. Looks like this is like a Uniball kind of thing. It's like a paint marker. It also does the whole whiteout thing. And the cool thing about this one is it's a little more runny, and I personally like that a little bit more. And it's a little more opaque than the Jelly Rolls. So depending on the situation, so if I'm using like heavy inks like I did with this is probably not ideal depending on how long it takes to dry. But it's a good marker too. It's a white liner, so those are nice. And then I'm gonna, this is my last one I'm gonna show. This is a really cool one. Also, I get that Copic fine liner. I mean the Copic brush pen that I showed you earlier was Japanese. Like you probably can't see it, but there's one Japanese characters on it. This is a really nice felt pen that I got from Ace Supply Box. I have a friend of mine who just recently sponsored me with a sketch box, so monthly I get these like drawing pens. This is a really, really, really smooth glide. And it has a bunch of really nice line variety too. So I can get like really, really thin, and I can get really, really thick. Really nice little felt thing going on there. These also have refillables. This really satisfying pen to draw with. It kind of sounds weird, but the pens that you draw with really really make all the difference. Yes, Jacob does hear this normally. I put him to sleep sometimes. It's like, it's really cute that you're into this stuff, but it's so boring. It's okay. There are topics that he likes to talk about that I'm like, yeah, whatever. So it's back and bad. He likes that I'm passionate about it, which is what matters. So he's never called it boring, but like I can tell when he's like yeah. So I guess I'll get started on some of this line work. Now this is still my rough draft. I still got to transfer this into a bristle board. So once I do this, I'm going to turn on this light board and I'm going to transfer it, and it's going to look nice and neat. So if this drawing looks a little sketchy, I mean it still might, but I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible so it transfers nicely. Does he do the same with League? I'm not really into League. I played very, very, very casually, but there are some characters that he shows. Like, there are characters that he shows me that are really cool and that I would like to learn how to play so I can play with him. But like when he tells me about his stats, I'm like, I don't know what that means, and I'll just like straight out tell him, and he like shows me like the different graphs and like what it means. I'm like, oh, that's really cool, you know. So yeah. And then there was silence. Feel free to blow up my chat. Yes, absolutely. There's another one that he showed me yesterday. Jacob, what was that one that he showed me? It was a grave skin. I don't remember what it was, but it was really cool. Oh, and then of course when I do all my stuff, I use these Copics. This is a really nice set. I got 2 sets of these for Christmas, one from my best friend and one from my mom. Really good set of markers. I love the reactions I get from people when they're like, "You drew that with a marker? How the hell did you do that?" Copics, guys. Copics is amazing. They're really expensive, but they're like, the quality is incredible. And they're a lot less expensive when you buy refills instead of buying new ones. I think like a refill costs like $5 when a marker costs like $8. And a refill can refill a pen like, God, a lot. Like 10 or so times. Maybe I don't, maybe 40. I think 10 to 40 times. I'm not really sure. I've never actually had to refill it before, but I was watching an artist and they said that's how many it took. And I honestly, don't quote me on that because I don't remember. They are magic. They are pure magic. The things that you can do with alcohol markers, I don't know what about them does what they do, but it's incredible. I have some off-brand Copic markers, which is what I used to start with. I hated them. They were pretty awful. I don't know what. I think it's just the tips and stuff that the Copics have that make them so much better. I think when Pool Party Graveskin was announced, every gay person in the world just had a nosebleed for that game. They're like, why is this? What is this? And why do I like it? Alright, so I'm going to just do this little thing right here. This is going to tell me like on my final to go back and hatch here, and it's gonna look really weird when I go back and do the line work, but when I go back over with Copic, whatever, it'll make more sense because that'll be dulled and it won't look as drastic. I'm just gonna let y'all go on with your little talk about League characters. Y'all too much. Just da 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 da. Okay. I'm actually pretty proud of how this is coming out. This looks pretty cool. I honestly thought that this would be the hardest one. The hardest sword to draw. I think I'm gonna have a lot harder of a time with Blaze Fire Saber, which is Lightning's Gunblade in Final Fantasy 13. You know what's really nice about traditional drawing? They don't have computer errors, like last one. When I had to reset my stream like 3 times. Ugh, line work. Yuck. Pressing so hard with my pen, it's going through. Also, another thing that's nice about these Copic markers is that they are Copic proof, so that alcohol marker won't smudge these lines. It will, however, smudge these. No, it won't smudge these either. This last pen that I showed you, this one. Oh, I just drew on my Wacom. That one will smudge. Alright, rough draft is done. Voila. I'm gonna go plug in this light board. If this light board is broken, I'm gonna be very upset. It's got some weird warps in it that I've never seen before. It still works. What? Good lord, you guys. Oh my god. Suddenly my mom pops into the room and she's like, what does that mean? Y'all are ridiculous. I'm sitting here drawing Final Fantasy swords and y'all are talking about leather. Ah, god damn it. Y'all. Can this be like a thread on Tumblr or something? Submit it as an ask and I'll post it and y'all can ramble back and forth about it. Boom. That's a thread. Have fun. Go to town. All right. The next up part is me cutting out this bristle board and taping it down and doing my line work on it. I just have to find a good spot to cut it. Good Lord. That's what they call me at work. No joke. Not all of them. A select few people. Where is my tape? All right. Y'all are not, y'all are crazy. Okay. Okay, so the thing that sucks about this light board is it like the thing it shorts out sometimes, and also the button to turn on the light board is touchscreen, which is like kind of nice, but like when I'm drawing and I'm moving my arm, boom, off it goes. And like you'd think that they would be a little more clever with their design on a light board for that reason. I'm not sure if that like does anything for the cost by making it a digital button instead of a physical button, but it's kind of like, why? So it's dumb. There's a touchscreen button that changes, it turns it off, turns it to its levels. Cause there's 3 levels of brightness. This doesn't make any sense to me. But the reason I got this one instead of another one is because like this light box, it's pretty big. It's like I think it's like 11 by 17 or something like that, which is nice in other light boxes because this is just a board. It's a light board. it's thin, right? So other light boxes cost like $300, and I don't have $300 to throw in a light box or a place to put it. So, because light boxes are huge. Design flaw, I guess. I don't really know. Another thing that I can't move this around anymore like I was last time, so this is gonna be a little difficult. We're gonna try to get this to work. Oh, I'm gonna get mad. Okay, let's tilt it to its side or something. I have a little more control. I could probably make one for cheap, but the thing that's nice about this is it also works as a drawing board, and it's portable, so I can bring it wherever I want. Not that that really matters, but I don't know. If I had a studio, like a real studio, instead of working at my desk, I would totally I would make one, and yeah. Yeah, I'd probably do like a wooden box or something like that and do the LEDs and the plastic thing like you said. That would probably work pretty well, but I just don't have the space for it because I'm crammed in this tiny little room, so it's not really, I don't know, it's a fair-sized room, but not enough room to be what I'm intending it to be. So I have, I moved all my studio stuff, so my classical paintings and stuff, like traditional stuff, I do all my traditional stuff in here now instead of out in the living room and in the what's it called? Kitchen. Kitchen is where I normally did it, but nice thing about this bristle board, it has a really smooth texture. So my pen just glides really nicely. Like what I normally draw on watercolor paper, and it's really thick and toothy, and it's a nice thing to draw on, but it's not really friendly when you're trying to do line work, which is why a lot of people who do watercolor drawing, they do all their line work in brush. That way they don't have to worry about lumps. I just find it incredibly difficult to work like that with a brush because I can't keep consistent line work. Oh shit, I fucked up already. It's okay, I can fix it. That's what I have this for. And then I can do some digital touch-ups and stuff like that before I get them printed. It's really crappy already. Agreed. Giant empty room is our ideal for studio workroom. I know you're about to build your studio, and I'm super jealous of it. Because I know you understand my pain of being crammed in a tiny little room to do all your work. Especially you're doing all the sewing stuff, and I'm sure that can't be easy to move around. Sewing machines are heavy as hell. Can I fix it? I don't know. I'm not a super good handyman. I'm okay, I guess, but I mean, I took a couple wood shop classes, but I'm not like amazing. Asked me to fix something on my car, and I probably can't do it. The only thing I really know about with car stuff is the things that I've had go wrong with my car. And like just learning what I've learned from the mechanics and stuff, showing me where things are and kind of like how things work in my engine. But that was back when I had my old car. It wasn't my car, it was my mother's car, but I was driving it. Which means I had to pay for gas. I had to pay for repairs. It was like a trap. That thing was a piece of crap. It broke down all the time, and eventually I just got really sick of it, and I said, you know what? I'm not fixing this anymore. Fix all the cars. That doesn't surprise me at all, Dakota. Yeah, my tire fell off. I'd be like, Jake. Jesus Christ, you guys. Jake's not wrong, and that's as far as I'll go into that conversation. I am both tall and fat, so probably like 38 or 40. Oh my god, why? Ugh. And I say fat as in like the non, like a non-body shaming way, because you know that's me. So can't promise you I'd wear them. Can't promise you I wouldn't either. I actually want to get a motorcycle, so that would probably be appropriate. My stepdad was a biker and kind of got me into the whole thing. I'll accept that title. I'm hog wild. My wild tattoo. I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm pretty boring. See? See? Oh, I'm almost done. I don't know if he would fit in the sidecar. I have to get a huge sidecar. Jacob is taller than me. By a lot. Which is crazy, because if you stood next to me, you'd be like, why are you so tall? And then, like, to think of someone being taller than me is kind of crazy. Come on. I gotta, like, this, there's like a little short in this cord. It pops out sometimes. Come on. There we go. Okay, yeah. He's taller than both of us then. God damn it. There's that touch screen. Yeah, I know, seriously. It's very rare that I go to a hotel that has a shower that's tall enough for me. Hell, the shower I have now in my apartment isn't tall enough for me. And we are done. I just gotta color it now. Leave that in case I need it. That's my test strip. I hate it when that happens. And then with these old ones, I put them back in the sketchbook. I can probably just keep all this tape on it. Allergies, sorry, I had to turn the mic off. I sneezed real bad. Ugh. This weather change is making my allergies go nuts. That's just the line work though. I haven't even colored it yet. It's gonna look a lot cooler when I'm done. Figure this out, how I'm going to do this. I have no idea what that is. I'm going to look it up. Oh, yeah, from Ruby. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be hard though, because they're sort of so tiny. How would you like to do, oh, that would be, you know, that's a good idea. I could do Ruby weapons. They'd be really popular at Cyphacon too. Especially that scythe. Alright, let me just figure out what grades I'm going to use. Yeah, you do live in Austin. I'm applying for a job there, actually, at Rooster Teeth. I don't think I'll get it, but, you know. They are looking for 2D production artists, so I would be doing drawings. I don't know if I'd be working on Ruby though if I were to get that job. Yeah, I just don't know. There are so many other artists that are way better than me. You know, I guess I could start somewhere and it would be a pretty easy job, but I don't know. It's all that ink from. Oh, were you looking at that Rooster job kind of thing too? My roommate's looking for a job as a social media manager because he's got a degree and stuff like that. And he's the one who pointed it out to me. I guess we'll get started on this color now. The scary part. You guys probably won't be able to see this gray on camera. Well, I guess you can kind of see it. It's a really, really subtle. It's like one step above white. Oh, shit. Which is okay, because I'm actually going to go into this anyway. This was still wet when I drew onto it, so it smudged it. Yeah, Alexa, she does cosplay, and she does really good sewing stuff. She just finished a Gryffindor robe the other day. It was really good. Going with our second layer of our second gray, 2 steps away from white. Go back in with the 1 to kind of blend them. In the middle we got this like darker gray, just to kind of give it like a metallic look. I'm gonna blend it out so it's not gonna look so drastic. Did I just grab the same marker that I was working with? I did. I would really like to work for Rooster Teeth. Like, I'm a really big fan of Kinda Funny, which is part of the Rooster Teeth family. That's part of the Let's Play family. I would really like that. And it's a, you know, it's a job in art. That's like what I want. You know, it'd be a consistent thing. I'd still be able to have enough time in a day, like, to work on my own stuff. It's like benefits, like career stuff. It's good. It's good stuff. I really want, you know. It would be awesome. I'm working on a resume right now. Who knows if we'll actually get it or not? You know, we'll see. Really? Weird. Okay, I see what you're saying. There's a stepping stone for a bunch of other areas. 'Tis true. Going back in with a 5. Do some of the sharp parts. Do the points too. Blend it out with a 4. Well, go straight into a 2. Here, 4. Starting with a 4, going to a 5. Into a 2. Whoops. So with Copic markers, they have like this nice chiseled tip, and they have, which you can't see right now. They're pretty nice. Yeah, art by numbers. All right, 2, 2. Do a 1 for the tip of the blade. Not that you'll be able to tell very much. Okay. I need to blend out this middle area a little bit more. You guys probably can't see it very well, but that's what we're doing. Actually, for both of you, I just skip all of the anime and just go right to the manga. That way you don't have to look for it. You don't have to figure out what's filler, what's not. It's just easier that way. Plus, the artwork's really, really good. Now we're gonna go into a 9. Maybe 9's too dark. Let's do 8. Oh, 8's probably too dark too. Doing these really small parts, but just the tip of the brush is really difficult. Because it's really easy to bleed into the bottom part of the sword. Actually, it came out pretty good. There we go. They are a cool gray. So they're warm grays. They are cool grays. Warm grays have little bits of like reddish and orange and yellows. Blue gray. Oh, okay. Well, no. Warm grays are more like orangey gray, and then cool grays have blue in them. So, yeah. So it looks blue to you, but it's because there's blue mixed into it. Cool grays are really good to do metal with. Warm grays are. I don't really use warm. I don't even have a warm gray set. I would rather just the cool grays. Preferably, I like them. Because when I feel like the thought of feeling metal, it's cold. So I feel cool grays, you know. I don't think I'm going to do any work into the line work here. Let's see if I can get some zero in here and laying this up in the middle even more. Yeah, at the top up here. I know this isn't like the ideal setup right now, but eventually I'll get around to getting a tripod and a better camera, so this won't be as weird of a stream for you guys. Okay, let's see. I'll do some 5. We'll do some 4 first. Do this dead thing. Back over the barrel area with 1. JJ, you're a bad influence. Thank you, Dakota, for behaving. Y'all are ridiculous. Whoop. Guess I'll jump into 7. starts the 7. Eights here. And then the 9 on the bottom. If I'll ever notice you, offer him art supplies. Oh, jeez. Or awesome coffee. Yeah, coffee is the way to my heart. We're almost out of that really, really gross Israeli coffee. It's not so bad as like an espresso shot or a black coffee, but when you try to like mix it with like make it into a latte, it's awful. It's terrible. All right, we're almost done, guys. Coffee flavored creamer. Coffee is life. I would die without it. Oh, you know what I just realized? That's not part of his sword. That cross. Oh, shit. Or is it? No, that's part of his necklace. Let me go look that back up. Oh, it is good. Some of them show it with it, some of them don't. That's weird. This one doesn't show it. This one does. This one doesn't. Okay, I guess I'll take it out. So I'm just going to take that white up marker and just take it right off. So, where's my 4? Did I do that with a 4? What did I do? That's a 2. Alright. Home stretch, guys. So the coloring, anything I missed? Looks pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't show this. I looked it up. In some of the images it does, but in the game images it doesn't. Even in like the official replicas, it doesn't. It's just the line head, which is fine. I just should white that out. It's no big deal. It's part of his necklace, is where you saw it. He wears the necklace around his neck, and that's what it looks like. While you do that, I'm going to start lining. I mean white lining. So we're going to do highlights and stuff now. And this is the fun part. Like watching it, you add those tiny little details and it really just pops. It's awesome. It's an easy fix if he does have it on there. Just let me know what you say. Send me like a clip on Facebook or something when you find it. That's the one I was looking at. It was a Man-at-Arms build. And I was looking at official art. because I just pulled it up on Google a second ago. Let me pull this up. Well, some cosplayers, what they're doing is they're taking the necklace and they're putting it on as this keychain. I'm just gonna leave it off. You know what? Let's take this to Kingdom Hearts. What does Kingdom Hearts have? Gunblade. Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Okay. So Squall with his Gunblade in Kingdom Hearts does not have that. Nope. Is it sad that I had to pull up Kingdom Hearts because it's a more rendered game than Final Fantasy VIII? Sorry, I know y'all have been looking at this blank screen for a while. We're gonna get back to it. Here we go. Alright. I was looking at Kingdom Hearts 1 stuff. Yeah, yeah, that one. There was also the actual drawing by the guy who does all the artwork for Kingdom Hearts, and it also does not have this part of the keychain, so it's fine. I'll just take it out. It's no big deal. think we're done, guys. Yes, this is about how long they take to make. They take about like 2.5 hours each, and we've been doing this for about 2.5 hours now. We started at 4:30. It's 6:15. I mean 7:15. So let's see. Yeah, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Yeah. Sounds about right. So that is done. I would do another one, but it's gonna take another 2.5 hours. So tomorrow, I'm probably gonna do another sword. Yeah, it was a successful one. I'm pretty proud of this one. This one and Credence were pretty good. So I feel like my my traditional art's a lot better than my physical art. So I mean than my digital art. Traditional being physical. So tomorrow I will either pick up on another sword or I will draw Elias from Mangus Bride. Elias is pretty cool. I've been wanting to do some like really like inky hatchworks, animated looking drawings with you know, cell shading and Copic markers. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like render it with Copic or if I'm going to just like do a bunch of hatchwork and like. It would be a really good excuse for me to use some of these ink brushes. I mean, with these brush pens. So I could do some like really like heavy lines and stuff with these, and kind of like that idea. So we'll see. Well, I'll see how I'm feeling tomorrow, and we'll decide on. We'll throw it to about tomorrow. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna scan it. You'll see it on my page in a little bit, but otherwise, I guess I'll be back on tomorrow at the normal time, 4 o'clock, probably, more than likely. If not, I'll let you guys know. Either 4 o'clock, 4:30. That's been a pretty good sweet spot for me. So I think it's gonna wrap it up for today, though. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.